Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Thanks for waiting and welcome to the DygmaPod.
Number 3.
Oh, number 3. I'm Dominique, also known as Dygma D
On Discord.
on Discord. And
I'm Michael Corby, but probably you know me more as Dickman at Discord.
at Discord. And we're here to
Talk
well,
about
talk about the race too and answer your questions about our newest product.
yes. Basically, I think we could sum up what the race 2 is. It's like basically all we learned with the Defy 2 and all the features that we developed for the race 2. We went and grabbed the OG Dygma Raise and spec'd it up, or
Yeah.
you know, or
Upgraded it.
with all those features like wireless. You know, you can see wireless, brighter underglow, and magnetic pulp pads, all that stuff.
And I guess for those who aren't really familiar with Dygma yet, or maybe you're new to the channel, we launched the original Dygma Raise in 2018, and it was a Kickstarter project. And through the help of numerous of our backers or Dygmates, we were able to improve it, make different versions, wherein we improved the palm pads, we improved the keycaps,
We developed the tenting kit.
we developed the tenting kit, and then we obviously got so many more feedback about how we can improve it even more, and the most common one was making it wireless.
Yes.
And
Well, the most common ones make an ortholinear keyboard.
there we go. Yeah, of course.
That's why we developed the Dygma Raise, which we should have
The
one
Defy.
around. Sorry, the Defy. Yeah, we have one over there.
Let me get one.
Yeah. That's why we developed the Dygma Defy, which is columnar, although many people call this ortholinear. And let's write it up. And we developed this one. And when we developed this one, we kind of wanted to improve, and we had these tenting legs that hide on the base, which is something that many people asked. You know, they wanted the keyboard to be able to lay flat when the tenting legs are folded. We have better pulp pads, wireless, which was
Wireless.
a really request, a big
Yeah.
request, and we have a better underglow too. This is super shiny. I don't know if this is because there's a neuron somewhere.
Well, yeah. Actually,
can see it
if
over
you
there.
turn it on, yeah, it works. So that's when we developed the Raise 2, and this was just launched last 2 weeks
Announced.
ago.
Announced
Sorry,
two-
it was announced
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. And for those who haven't yet subscribed to our newsletter, I highly recommend you to subscribe to our newsletter, dygma.com/raise2, so that you can get the best deals, the best offer when we announce new updates or discounts or whatever.
And
the
only
first to
all
know.
the information, because now we'll get to the questions that you're already having so many questions, and maybe we can start with that. I think we're gonna start with one of the most blunt ones, which is live for anime goes and says ship Defy first, and there's a lot of truth to that, and we're shipping the Defy already, and of course we're not gonna even launch the campaign or ship this before we ship the Defy. That's 100% sure. But we had developed this. Production and engineering or industrial design are completely different things. So we have a team of industrial designers that were working on this, and it was ready. And we also were running out of stock of the Raise, which if you still want to get an OG Raise, which you can, but we have like 100 or something like that,
Yeah.
or even
We have a
left in
few
stock of the original Dygma Raise. So we were running out of stock of those, so we had developed this one, and we thought it was a good moment to announce it.
Yeah.
Because many people were asking, when are you gonna have stock of the Raise again? So, and this is when.
This is when. When? Well, it won't be the Raise OG. It will be the Raise
The Raise 2.
2. And maybe a question that some of you might have is, well, will we produce more Raise OG, the OG Raise? And the answer is no.
We'll produce the Raise
It's
2.
the Raise 2 now.
And I know that people ask a lot, have when. think we don't have a clear timeline, but we can give a rough
Yeah,
timeline.
and I understand that a lot of people do get concerned with the shipping schedule, and especially those who don't know us yet. Of course, you're paying so much for a keyboard, and you're like, but they're not shipping. They don't even know when the date.
It's a prototype.
Yeah, but I just hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys sort of just bear with us. We're very open to the community. We always are very transparent. We publish content every day, and our philosophy in this company is to just be honest to our community, to honest to the backers, honest to our customers, and don't worry, it will be shipped. And the reason why it's just taking so long is probably, I mean, manufacturing.
No, I think the
hardware
most-
is hard, and
I would say that one of the most important things that people need to understand in that regard is like all of these are bespoke products that are always trying to do new things that were never done, like
yeah,
a wireless split keyboard that can also work wired.
that's never been done before.
And that was a huge...
Google it.
Google it. Google it.
Or
Or magnetic palpas with so soft. You know, we're always pushing the limits of what our manufacturers can do and our suppliers can do,
yeah,
and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
Or
so-
for example, tenting legs.
Yeah.
This design was just
show it to the top shot, maybe.
maybe top shot. Yeah, this the countless hours we had to put into designing. Into designing the tenting legs. I remember working with Manel, time over time, fine tuning this to make sure that like all the angles were stable. You have tenting, reverse tilting,
Yeah.
reverse tilting, Mac plus tenting. So on this from 0 to 60 degrees, and it hides. There's no other tenting design that hides in the body, and then you can just put it flat on the.
Yeah, so you can definitely guarantee that when you buy Dygma products, you are buying state-of-the-art, unique products that are meticulously designed, and sometimes it just takes a while to develop.
Yes,
So
exactly.
just bear with us.
And also, I think it's not only time to develop, which takes a lot, and also time to manufacture.
And manufacture, exactly.
There's so I've had discussions with Manel and with Luis, our CEO, where they were discussing about the tiniest little imperfection that
Yeah.
you can even, this gap here needs
Yeah.
to be half a micron smaller, and the texture
Yeah.
of the mylar that goes underneath, even the talking about the screws that are inside that nobody sees, or even the design of the things that are inside the keyboard, or making the keyboard easy to disassemble, which also is difficult,
Yeah. But I mean, it's been a fun ride, and I hope that our Digmates who have known us for a while and who know our journey, who know the development stories, can appreciate it. And those who are new to the channel or new to being a Digmate, you can sort of get on and kind of have fun with
Yeah.
have fun with us as well. So I think we should just go straight to the questions.
Yes. Let's start with some questions. Let's start with the first one, which is a pretty common one. I think we can go like they're asking double shot keycaps, better quality. Is it gonna have double shot PBT keycaps, or is it gonna be ABS keycaps? For the Raise, the original one, we always did PBT double shot keycaps, which let the light shine through. For English US and English UK. And then we offer other languages like Spanish, German, Nordic, French, and dash keycaps that you can see here. Maybe top shot, David, you can show the dash keycaps, which are beautiful. These are ABS, laser edge ABS. So I know many people don't like ABS because over time they can get a little bit more shiny.
Mm-hmm. We can
and
show it here.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if. Let's take it like this. There we go.
But so our idea with the Raise 2 is to also have that, use still OEM profile. For the Defy we use Cherry. The idea is probably OEM profile with PPT double shot keycaps, but that's a decision that we can change. This is something that we also pride in Dygma, is listening to our community.
Yeah.
For example, would you prefer OEM profile, which is a bit taller, so makes the keyboard just a bit taller, and have PPT keycaps? Or would you rather have cherry profile, which are make the keyboard a little bit thinner, so there's this height, and so this it's thinner, and then but those would have to be cherry profile.
Yeah.
So there's some
Pros and cons.
some choosing to do. And another interesting thing is that this Peter Santangelo asks, split the long right shift key into 2 keys. They are asking about splitting, maybe top shot David, splitting this key,
The shift key.
the shift key into 2, so you can maybe have a narrow cluster here or here, and maybe some people don't use this right shift. And this is also important that we've been considering, and we might even do a survey with the community, because one of the requests that we've had is having a narrow cluster here on the bottom right. But
So it's an option.
it's a thing it's something that we are considering, like truly considering, and we are seeing if it can be done, or but that also could affect, for example, the availability of PBT keycaps. So
Yeah.
splitting that might mean that we need to make a mold
Yeah.
with ABS, and molds for PBT double shot keycaps are extremely expensive and difficult, and take a lot of time, and you cannot get it wrong.
Yeah.
While molds for ABS are cheaper, and you can have one mold for all the legends. With PBT you need one mold for each legend. So yeah, but that's something we're considering, and those are kind of questions that we'll ask the community, and we really pride in listening to the community.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a question here from Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
It's from the username XUDDM, and it's a long question, and basically they're asking about the size of the Raise 2, and they're asking to measure it, if we could measure it, because he says, I have small hands, so I want to know if this large keyboard will be uncomfortable. And then he also wanted to know the size of the Defy. Well, with regards to the size of the Raise 2, it's the same size as the OG Raise, and if you go to
our website,
it's there.
Maybe we can look it up. Maybe Anna, can you look in our website the size of the Raise, how tall it is? It's in our website.
If not, it's just in our website. Like as I said earlier, we're very transparent with everything about our product, so you can find it there. Or if any of you want this information, feel free to email us. Like we can even give you a PDF of the.
Like we have printables PDF.
Yeah,
of the keyboard, of the Raise and the Defy, so you can print it and then put it on your desk.
And you can actually see and compare it like with your hands. Yes. So I have small hands, and for me, the Raise fits perfectly on my hand. Like,
and also the Defy, I must say, I have slightly bigger hands. I mean, this is the size of a normal keyboard. So it's not different than a normal keyboard. It looks bigger, but you have the palm rests and you have the palm pads.
But the palm pads are awesome. Maybe if you can get like a side shot, because as we've
maybe you can get from there.
Said from our previous videos, like it aligns your wrist to your forearm, so that's the purpose of this palm pad. Let's say you don't want to have a palm pad, you just want the wrist rest.
Yes.
You can remove it. It's magnetic, and
well, you can see how there's less alignment there.
Yeah. So I've also received questions actually asking if we could remove the wrist rest, but then the answer is no, because the wrist rest is part of the.
If you kind of like imagine that your keyboard is like
body.
this and you put your wrist there, you can see that the height would be much more. You can put it like try to type like this.
Like this?
Yeah, so you will see that height.
Yeah.
It will be too
much.
much.
Like regular keyboards.
Like a regular keyboard, yeah, which is not recommended. But
by us.
We could do that in the longer future. Is that a way to say?
In the distant future.
But we would have to be a low profile Dygma Raise, so with low profile keycaps.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next question. Again from Instagram, and it's asking about the battery life. What will the battery life be, and can you connect it to multiple devices? So this ultimately depends on how you use the LEDs.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
So if you have full LEDs like Underglow 100%, lights 100%, Right now, with the firmware that we have right now, which is still, it's just stable. You know, it was in beta state. And we have lots of improvement to go. Right now, it's like in 10 hours, full LED. You know, you can work for the whole day, and you'll have to charge it at night. But we are testing a new beta firmware. I'm testing it already. It will double that, so 20 hours. And if you have like LED slimmer, like maybe 50%, like this is really bright, you usually don't need it at 100%. So maybe you go 50. I've tried it at 20 with the new firmware, and I work during the day and I write a lot, and then I game at night, maybe an hour, a couple of hours, and with the keyboard. And so it's maybe 10 hours a day, something like that, or 11 hours, something like that, and I'm getting a week out of the battery. But that's with the firmware that is not available yet, is the new one that we're testing.
It's interesting actually that you said firmware, because for those people who, like I said, are new here, what's awesome.
Firmware? Yeah, well, the question is what's the firmware, right?
No, but what I wanted to say is that when you buy a Dygma Raise product, any Dygma Raise product, you can always rely that it will upgrade, it will be updated. Unlike other keyboards where you buy it and the specs that you have with it, that's it. But with the Raise 2, for example, you buy this and okay, maybe the software isn't as good, but that's okay.
Well, by the time we ship it, probably will be much better.
Of course.
For example, with the
but
Defy.
My point is, it will always update.
Improve.
It will always improve. So it's you just buy the keyboard once, and then you'll be guaranteed that next year it'll be better. There will be more features that'll be applied. So just remember that, okay, we're making that. Just remember that we're making things better. We'll always improve the product.
Yeah, and that's something that we do also, like for hardware. Once you ship it, you cannot improve it, no, once it's sent. But from production to production, even within the same design, we do little improvements.
Yeah.
So the first batch, the first time that you make the keyboard has some features, and then for the next one, maybe it's not like huge feature, but the pad pads are a little bit better, and the feet are a little bit better, or maybe we do better keycaps. Always little improvement, and the same thing applies to the software and the firmware. Always working toward giving you new features that can be provided via firmware, like super keys, or less latency, better battery life, better connectivity. I think you also this person also asked how many devices can you connect to.
Yes.
Via Bluetooth you can connect up to 5 devices, and then you also have RF connectivity and wired. And the Raise as well as the Defy, they can connect via wired, so you can connect the keyboard to the computer with a cable, and that way you have the stability of a wire connection. And then RF, which is also super fast, and then Bluetooth, which because of the design of the Bluetooth technology is a little bit slower. I think you cannot notice while you type or anything at all, but maybe for gaming you want that extra millisecond, well, that fewer millisecond that RF can give you, like just that little edge that you will want for gaming. So yeah.
But yeah, that's good.
Okay, let's
go to the YouTube questions maybe.
Yeah, I think we have here one from Jaksa Makanovic that says, can you show hand movement while typing on both Raise V2 and Defy? Maybe I can type a bit with the Defy. I use the Defy regularly, and maybe you can type
with the Raise 2. Yeah, for sure.
Let's try to put it on
in the top shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna type for a bit. Okay, so my name is Mikael. One of the things that you can see, I'm gonna type one of the things that you can see is that my fingers are moving like this, except for my index that moves. But that's one of the most important things, that the hand movement is, I'm not moving my hands around.
Yeah, it's minimal. So, and it's more comfortable because
hands around. For me, that I've been using for lots of months right now, because I also was a really early beta tester or alpha tester, if you want to call it. Columnar is pretty comfortable, but I understand why people would want staggered keyboard like the Raise 2, because you might be someone that moves a lot. Yeah, there's a button over there that changes the LED.
Yes. So I have to make sure that I don't.
And so
it's this one.
Oh, that one changes the LED. Yes.
It's another layer.
So for example, if you are gonna move from the computer to your laptop to the keyboard a lot, or you're gonna be using normal keyboards from now and then, then you might want this. Or maybe this is your first ergonomic keyboard. You're used to a regular keyboard, maybe the Apple Magic Keyboard, or maybe a regular keyboard. This is your first ergonomic keyboard. Then the Raise tool can be the gateway to that, because to start with, well, if you get the dash keycaps, if you get the normal keycaps with the languages and whatnot, then it's really easy to start using it, because it's a 60% keyboard.
Yeah.
It's a normal keyboard. Yes, you have more thumb keys, but you can assign all them to space. That's it. Or yes, it has. At first you can use it attached. Then you split it a little bit, and then you split it a little more, and now you start to feel the comfort of having it split, and your shoulders rotate back. You can even rest your hands comfortably on the.
Or you can even put it on your armchair.
Because we have, the prototype doesn't have it, but it's gonna have 4 holes in the back.
Yeah, so you can attach
like
it
Defy.
to anywhere. Actually, you were talking about dash keycaps, and I saw it somewhere in the comments, and somebody asked what the purpose is for the dash keycaps, and I think this person also asked if it's fully programmable, and the answer is yes. With the Dygma Raise, the Dygma Defy, it's fully programmable. Any key can be remapped. You can create up to 10 layers.
And probably the Raise 2 and the Defy are going to have more layers in the future.
And apart from that, you can create shortcuts in a single key. For example, you want to have control.
I have Command Shift 4,
Command
which
Shift,
is like
screenshot.
Screenshot in Mac.
You can assign that to one key. You can also create macros, which are sequences of events, key presses.
Key presses. Yeah. Dual function keys.
Dual function keys as well, where if you tap it once, it's space, but if you hold it, you shift to another layer.
Or you have command or
you have
control.
Command. Yeah. We've made multiple videos about this.
Yes.
And you can just check out all our content on our channel and try to learn a bit more. But basically, our keyboards are freaking amazing.
I have a question here now. So like Bartholomew says, damn, your devs are so nerd, they released a new Bazecor version during this stream. Yes, we're on a real quest of updating Bazecor, and we are having this week, I think we had 3 pre-releases, like 3 release candidates, and next week we'll have a new version, like 137.
So we keep improving almost
every day.
Yeah,
our goal is to have a release every 2 weeks. But pre-releases that you can already test, because you can go to our GitHub and download it.
Yeah.
Like every couple of days.
So for the programmers or the coders out there, we
Thank you.
we have our GitHub, and our firmware or our software is actually open source, so you can
check it out. If
you want to contribute, that'll be awesome as well.
And one important question that was asked here, and I think I lost it, but who asked it is like, Saturday equals youth. Sorry, my English is not very good. Will software be necessary to use all the features of the Raise 2? If so, which platforms will the software run on? So the thing is that you need the software to configure the keyboard, but you don't need it in the software to use
to
the
run
keyboard.
it. No, it's a plug and play.
Yeah, so you configure it once. You can even install the program, or go to another, or use it with your iPad or with your phone. You don't need the software once it's configured. Of course, if you want to change your layers or do some new things, yes, you need it. And it runs on Linux, Mac, and I think Windows too. Windows. And we are working also on making an online version of Bazecor that you can use with Chrome, for example.
And if you don't have a Dygma Raise or a Dygma Defy, you can actually just download Bazecor and play around with it. You can
use it without a keyboard.
Use it without a keyboard.
Oh.
And that's actually something we released early this year.
Yeah, early.
It was
a
actually
few months ago.
Yeah, so try it, check it out, and experiment, play around with it, and see how awesome it is, and then order your keyboard.
And in fact, you can play around with your layers and then use that configuration that you saved and put it in your keyboard.
There you go.
So everything that you do, it's not lost. It's a backup file that you can put in your keyboard. Okay,
More questions.
More questions.
Should we go to Instagram or let me go?
Let's go check the ones that we had on Instagram previously.
Yes, I have one. Will it have a dongle? The Raise 2, will it have a dongle? Will the connection be as fast enough to game wirelessly? I think we answered, well, we can answer the second question again with regards to gaming wirelessly, but with regards to the dongle, the neuron is the dongle.
So maybe do we have the neuron around there, or maybe we'll disconnect
We have
maybe we have the Defy neuron.
we have a dongle.
Give me a dongle.
Give me a neuron. Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so this is the neuron.
Let's
And-
show it. Let's show it in this side, in this
Okay.
camera.
Let's go. This is the neuron. Oh, maybe it's not gonna. Okay, that's the neuron, and if you plug that to your
Oh.
computer, it acts as an RF transmitter. And if you plug that into your keyboard, it's a Bluetooth transmitter. And if you connect it with cables to the sides of the keyboard and to the computer, it's wired. So actually everything is there. That the layers, the configuration, that's the keyboard. This is
This is the
this
brain.
is just a keypad.
This is the brain of the keyboard,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. The microprocessor is in here, and
Yeah, and Luke Munoz is asking, the wireless system will be the same as the Defy? Yes.
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 And just to finish off with this
Yes.
question from creator Jeffy, it will be fast enough to game wirelessly.
Yeah. Like, I think right now with the current firmware, we are looking at like 10 milliseconds, which is not ideal, but for we're looking to, the one that I'm testing has much fewer latency, but we have to do some tests. But the goal is to have latency that you know, up there with any other gaming keyboard. Maybe not. I think there's some gaming keyboards that have like 1 millisecond or something like that. But you're not gonna from 1 millisecond to 5, or I think anything under 6, 5. That's much more than you ever need. There's so much other things that interfere with that, like the screen, the computer itself, your hands moving through the keyboard, so you can make you can save so much time by having your keys rearranged where they should, than with 1 extra millisecond. A millisecond is 1,000 of a second. Yes.
Yeah, 1,000. That's 0.0011. Okay. Next. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I have a question. There's like, Gerald, do you think the Defy will be as good as the Raise for FPS gaming? I mean,
will you game?
It's all about muscle memory. You know, we all our life we've been used to using WASD for gaming because we have the control keys in the side, and moving to the Defy, there's some adaptation period. I've gamed with the Defy, but there's some training there. I think if you're looking for full gaming keyboard and maybe stagger layout, you can think more for the Defy as a gaming keyboard. For the Raise 2 as a gaming keyboard. Of course, you can definitely game with the Defy. It has the specs to game with the Defy, and you have that time cluster.
I think the answer there is just really it depends on you. Both are good for gaming.
Both are good for gaming, and it depends more on your needs.
Depends on your needs. Like we've said in one of our previous videos, if you're new to ergonomic keyboards, split keyboards, and programmable keyboards, maybe the Raise would be the better option. But if you've already gone through that, you've already had you've already owned other split keyboards, and you want to go even further into ergonomics, then the Dygma Defy is the choice. So it depends on you guys.
Is the Raise 2 significantly thicker? That's LNG Chipmunk. Is the Raise 2 significantly thicker than the original Raise? I want to agree, but I absolutely love how low profile the original Raise is. I think it's the same.
It's the same.
Maybe 1 millimeter.
Maybe not.
I can bring an OG Raise.
But the goal of this of the Raise 2 was actually to make it as if it was the OG Raise. And actually, that
Maybe
was
we can
a
have the image here. I think
very
it's a bit taller. Keep in mind that this is a prototype, so we're still finessing that. Can you have the camera from there, David? Yeah, so you can see it's a tiny bit taller. But as I said, this is a prototype, so we're still. Oh, you want to turn it off?
I was thinking of. Oh no, that's there we go. Because maybe the lights are blinding.
Yes. Maybe you can put it farther away. So yeah, this is slightly higher.
Slightly, by like a millimeter.
But this is a prototype, so we're still working on making this thinner. I wouldn't judge this by the prototype.
Yeah, and that's the prototype
Of the tinting.
I don't know if you can see it clearer, but yeah, getting this bad boy in there and all the electronics and the battery was
a challenge.
Quite a challenge, and we'll definitely make a video about that.
Okay, there's also questions. Any ideas on the cost of the Raise 2 full spec? I think it's gonna be in the ballpark of the Dygma Defy. I think the Dygma Defy, and of course we'll have very sweet, pre-sale prices. Like we'll do a campaign and we'll have great deals like we had with the Defy. I think the Defy we had like $299 for the base model on doing the campaign, and then each extra like wireless, tinting, and underglow was extra, and I think was $55 for each. So full spec you will be looking like $450. But we also had a VIP program where you subscribed, and and
this is what we're saying.
You need to subscribe. You will get one of those extra for free. So maybe you could get a full spec one with just above $400, something like that. That ballpark. That's the ballpark. We don't have the specific pricing right now because we're a few months away from the campaign, and we haven't figured everything out. But that's the ballpark. Kind of like similar to the Defy. And once that campaign ends and we end pre-sale, it will have a similar price to the Defy. Their build quality and cost of the pieces and everything is more or less the same. It doesn't change much. It's all premium anodized aluminum. The palm pads,
but the palm pads
are crazy. They're really, and that's a prototype, and the prototype is not as soft as the final. Like if you look at the one from the Defy, which they will look like this.
Check this out.
Yeah, that's super soft.
Like, I mean, the camera doesn't do it justice.
No,
really.
Because there's too much brightness.
But like if it is soft. I am amazed how they made this soft, but yet very durable. So. Yeah, imagine that. Like, oh, you can see my fingernails.
We have a question from Moises that I think we should acknowledge. In the recent Defy vs Raise 2 video, the summary section had a CAD rendering a trackball fitted to the Raise 2. Is this an attachment product Dygma is working on to release? So,
here.
The big question.
Check this out. Expansion ready.
We have...
No, here in the I'm ready.
Oh, you already have it. Oh my bad. I'm stealing your thunder.
No, you're stealing the.
Okay.
Is that okay?
So that port.
Those pogo pins.
That's an expansion port, and we call it the Defy. The Raise is
expansion ready.
Expansion ready. So that's what
if you want to expand.
Is. That CAD is I wouldn't call. That's a concept of what could be done, right? With that port. I think those we want to prove, future-proof the Raise 2, so we can develop those modules in the future. I don't think they're gonna be ready for launch because they're really in the prototyping phase and idea generation phase. I would call even like more than prototyping. So we're exploring ideas there. Trackball is one of them, but I'm sure you have others, so you can share them.
Suggest, you can tell us what you want.
What
expansion you want.
Exactly. And that means that maybe at first we launch 1 or 2, and maybe in the future there are more, because that's the idea, that you can put things there, but it's not as developed as the Raise 2, which you can see here. It's physically here. The other stuff, it can't be physically here. It's, imagination on some drawings and some 3Ds and whatnot, like concepts. concept design, you could say.
But it's guaranteed that we will have modules, so
Yeah, but
future proof.
future-proof. Like they will come eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, I have one from Instagram.
Okay.
Will the Raise 2, this is from Reddit actually, sorry. This is from Reddit, from DC Giant. Will it support QMK or ZMK?
Okay, that's a tricky question that we've been getting asked like regularly from time to time. So we use Kaleidoscope, a fork from Kaleidoscope, which is an open source firmware, and so that doesn't make the keyboard, that it's not compatible with QMK. And the chips that we use for the Raise OG weren't compatible with QMK. You had to develop, you had to use other chip and develop firmware specifically for that chip, so it wasn't compatible. The Defy and the Raise 2 use chips that are compatible with QMK.
The RP
So it's RP 2040.
2040.
So that one is compatible with QMK, and you can then put QMK there, but then you need to figure out how the neuron communicates with the sites. So that's also tricky. So it might support QMK, like but that's not something that we're working on. But it means that you could be able to develop it.
I mean, since it's open source.
And QMK is also open source, and the chip is there. You could potentially do it, especially wired, because QMK doesn't support wireless at the moment, or at least in a very, very early stages. So yeah, it might.
It's not in our priority. Let's just put it that way.
Like, but it's something that the hardware might allow, because the chip is compatible with QMK.
QMK. Okay.
John Lee is asking, can I ask again if the right shift key will be split to add an extra key? I cannot say will be split. It will say we've been considering it already. Like, this is something I've talked with Manuel, our pro designer, with Luis, and we've seen the renders that were shared on Discord, and it is something that is out there, and we also might ask to the community, and I think it's an interesting idea, but it's not so straightforward. There's a lot
nuances, yeah.
There's a lot of nuances to that. Like, yeah, what if I put that, but then one of the keyboards remove the dash that is here, and then put the shift over there, and then you can have an arrow cluster over here.
Yeah.
But then what do you do with your gone dash, right?
And I think another thing is how many people want this. I mean, we might change it, but then maybe the vast majority don't want it
and
changed.
So there's some trade-offs.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so like a straightforward decision. And then there's many ways, and especially with the new super keys that we're working, that you can have a key cluster over here where if you tap it, you have arrows, and if you hold it, you have the modifier. So if you tap, you still have arrow, and if you hold it, it's still shift. So you can kind of have an arrow cluster over here if you want. That's it.
My recommendation for those who are asking
layers. Layers. Layers.
How where is it here? No, but
No,
imagine
touch it later. I think it's over here or it's over here.
it's over here, over here.
We
over
touched it. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
That's
So imagine you're typing. Okay, I'm typing. And then, I want my arrow key. Instead of going all the way here, why don't you just hold this key with your pink
and that should
ring
be
finger?
probably on the thumb cluster, right?
Or yeah, actually this should be here. And when you hold it, you get the arrow keys. And that's it. Like, it's there.
It's here because we program it here, but usually I have it, I think, here or something.
But you get the point. Like, because it's fully programmable, you can assign your arrow keys to be basically wherever you want them to be, and put them in the most comfortable place. And with layers, you can assign them there. With just a hold or a shift, as we say, you shift to that layer, and then you have access to those keys. So yeah. So maybe we will definitely inform the community about our decision.
Yeah, and also even ask the community. Like, maybe we ask this, like everybody wants that,
maybe.
So we are really always listening and open to, change the way we do things.
Definitely.
Okay. Bojan Stipik is saying, is there an estimated shipping date? There's a ballpark for that. And the ballpark that we're giving right now is fall 2024.
Soon.
soon.
Next year.
Next year, like probably end of next year. That's a long time from now, we know, but we made the mistake with the Defy to giving a really, like, at the time we thought it was a feasible
Doable,
timeline, like
yeah.
a doable timeline. Right now, like our timeline is not, like the real timeline that we have is not fall 2024. But we know there are gonna be hiccups. There's gonna be setbacks. There's gonna be perfectionism getting in the way of delivering a
There,
keyboard.
who knows? There might be another pandemic.
So please no.
I hope not, but
So yeah.
but rest assured, we will always inform the community. We will always give updates. We will,
We will deliver top quality product, like really to the detail. I think I'm gonna use not seek a question like comments, not a question, just wanted to say that my first impression of the Defy, the quality of your software, all the guides on YouTube as well as the openness on Discord is refreshing and gives a great impression. That's kind of like, that sums it up.
a what?
That sums it up.
Sorry.
Yes.
That sums it up. I thought you said that sum is sorry.
Something.
That sums it up. I wanted also to clarify for the people.
Well, yes, thank you.
That sums it up. Yes.
Yeah, like top quality product, always improving software, customer support, customer service, like customer happiness, like we call it,
Yeah.
and
And-
always being there for you.
And regular
Updates
updates,
and improvements.
videos.
And yeah, videos, lots of videos with Dominic.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you for we appreciate you saying that.
So, question from Mark Felton. Will there be a version without wrist? No, that's from Kenny. Will there be a version without wrist rest? I think we answered that. And will you guys be coming up with a small form factor, low profile keyboard in the future? Like, in the future. Future is vast. Right?
Honestly, we have plans to create more than just keyboards.
Yeah, some mystery devices
Mystery
and whatnot.
device.
But yeah, that
I
kind of,
remember. Sorry, I
Yeah.
remember before Luis was even thinking about like a table, where
Yeah.
it's like a, it's like
chairs
chairs and like a headset that reads your bio data, and the sky's the limit. But
No, but realistically, like Luis always wanted a low profile keyboard so that
Yeah.
he can move around. So if Luis wants one, we'll probably end up making one.
There's-
But
but
it's gonna
there's-
take time.
But there's actually what switch is that? There's a mechanical switch out there that it fits.
Yes.
It has the bottom.
It's a Casio low profile, fits the shape of like the
Be-
of the MX
of-
switches.
Yes, because actually
It fits in these sockets.
if you look at maybe we can show it, but the PCB of the low profile switches are obviously higher to the top panel because
Closer to the panel.
yeah,
yes.
sorry, closer to the top panel because imagine the low profile switches are like this this
Thin.
tall, this thin. But there's a switch out there that where in the bottom part of the switch
It's like an MX switch.
it's like an MX switch, like a regular switch, but then the top part is low profile.
Yeah. Not as low profile, but at the end you get like a lower profile keyboard, but not as low profile. The
Yeah.
thing is that you have some problems with the stabilizers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Some users
Maybe
and
you can
Dolan,
show
we
it.
have one. We have tried one. It's not perfect, but you can make the raise lower profile with those switches, and maybe when those switches get better, we can explore that. I don't understand.
It's very
yeah, it's
bright.
very difficult to explain. There's switches that fit the MX
Let's-
socket.
Let's get one. We have a box of switches. I mean, is that person saying
No,
he
I
does?
think he doesn't visualize how the keyboard would be.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. I think it's difficult to explain here, but the keyboard will be the same. The keycaps will be lower. So if you match a lower profile, a lower switch with a lower profile keycap, you can lower the Defy. But it won't be without the wrist rest, and it will be just this keyboard with a lower.
It'll probably won't have a tenting kit. Or maybe if it will have a tenting kit, it won't have an underglow. I
No,
don't
but
know.
what I mean is that you can grab this keyboard and make it lower.
Yeah, of course, with those switches.
With those switches.
With
And then if we ever make a low profile keyboard, like I think that's something that it's I think CSA, the company that makes the Moonlander, had made the Voyager, which is low profile, and something like that, but better. It can happen, but of course it's gonna take time. Right now we're shipping the Defy. We need to finalize shipping the Defy.
Start one at
We
a
need to
time.
manufacture, have the campaign for this, manufacture this. We mentioned a mystery device, come later, and so yeah, we are growing. We want to make more products, but I will say hardware is hard.
Yes.
So and it's really hard. So yeah, it will take time, but it's something that we might explore.
yeah.
But if you're eager to get a Dygma keyboard now, don't wait for that.
We have a few questions.
Yes.
A question here from Alex was wondering, since it's split keyboard, why isn't it ortholinear? This sounds like a
title of
a video we made. So we have an ortholinear keyboard.
Yes.
Maybe this person wasn't aware. We have the Dygma Defy, and actually that was one of the questions that we got when we first made the Dygma Raise, the OG Dygma Raise. Why isn't it ortholinear? And the simple answer there is that the learning curve. A lot of people aren't used to ortholinear keyboards, so to
go from a normal keyboard to an ortholinear keyboard that is also split, thumb keys and whatnot, then it can be brain racking or
it can be like I don't want to. You might get frustrated because it might be difficult to get used to. So we started with a staggered keyboard that you can split and attach. And
when you have this split, it's just together, it's the normal keyboard.
Yeah.
With palm rests and palm pads. But this is a normal keyboard, like a 60% keyboard. Yes, this doesn't have all the keys that are here in a full layer keyboard, but many people use 60% keyboards. And then you can start splitting it and whatnot. And then when you're done with this, like maybe you're using it 2 years, that has happened, people that own the Raise 1 for 2 years, now we launched the Defy and say, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move to the next.
For the ortholinear.
But maybe, like I said, maybe you're coming from another normal keyboard, or maybe a very simple, like maybe the Logitech K860, that's a split keyboard, but fixed play layout, or maybe the Microsoft Sculpt, that kind of like, I'm gonna say ergonomic keyboard, like not fully ergonomic, but has some ergonomic features, but it's not fully split and it's not fully programmable and stuff like that. Then you can go to the Raise, or you can even jump to the Defy. But I think the Raise fills that gap of
it's the gateway
to keyboard ergonomics.
Yes.
I've written that sentence so many times.
It's the gateway to keyboard ergonomics.
The beginning of your
ergonomic journey.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Defy is columnar and ortholinear. Yes. Maybe the question could be why not ortholinear, and the question is because your fingers are not the same length, so you want.
That's why we made it column staggered.
That's why you want this follows,
the natural
kind
arc.
of arc of your fingers.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Unless you don't have, you have strange finger lengths, which is also fine. I mean,
we love you,
but yeah, also.
So that's why not ortholinear, and it's columnar.
Columnar, column staggered.
So columnar is column staggered, it's the same, and then you have row staggered, which is just what people call staggered. Which is the difference.
More questions.
Is it only black or white? Is there Panda version with black and white?
Nice, good question.
For now, it's too soon to tell. Like, we want to make more products, but it also depends on manufacturing limits. With the Defy, we've kind of like faced some challenges with so many different configurations, and so that's something that we'll need to look into. Of course, we always want to offer maximum customization, but we also want to be able to ship in time without having Manel stress out and have gray hair when he comes
Yeah.
back from China.
Yes.
And,
Or
Manel is our product manager.
Or Jairo, our chief
Operation.
chief of operations, getting stressed about the different variations, because you also have to remember that we don't only sell just the black and white version. We also sell different switches. So when you go to our website, you'll see that we offer 9 different switches and
different languages,
different keycaps. Our switches are hot swappable, so you can remove them. And so imagine just, okay, we start with, it's either black or white. Okay, and then out of the 9 switches, they pick one. And then after that, they have the keycaps. And so from that alone, I think that's around 100 something variations.
The variations that we have for the Defy are 6,048 different combinations of keyboards, counting switches, keycaps, wireless tenting and underglow, so you can combine that. So thousands of combinations.
So yeah, this is how much we love our community. We want to give them whatever they want.
I counted it. There are many keyboards that we're only making one.
Yeah, I mean,
weird combination where I have like dash keycaps and a weird switch and only wired
and it wasn't. And before we actually only offered 6 switches, and then the community said, "Hey,
try the kit from Pro Yellow.
Can you try this?
Try them
Can we have silent switches?" And we were like, "Okay."
we tend to say yes, sometimes too much.
We're a people pleaser.
Yes. So yeah, we need to find the balance. So we still have Manel by the end of the year, by the end of next year, or that people don't wanna, don't wanna kill themselves.
Yeah. So
fighting with it, because usually the factories are used to having one SKU, maybe white and black, and that's it. And we are coming there with like white and silver, white with silver and white, and black with silver, and
with
black with
silent
white.
pink keycaps. Switches, and then German, and then silent pink but French.
But only tenting and not underglow, and underglow but not tenting, and that So crazy combinations, and we're getting out of
out of hand here.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit to see if we have questions.
I think I still have questions actually
Go. I will look for other questions that we missed.
Yes. Okay, this is a question on Instagram from Jaya Bean. The question is, can I trade my Race 1 for some parts of the Race 2?
And that is something that we did look into it.
Yeah.
Like we ran the numbers. I love run the numbers. I know that expression in English.
We ran the numbers.
We ran the numbers, and the problem is that
we pencil pushed.
Exactly. So the thing is that the money that we have to pay for bring it, to ship it back to Spain, and the taxes that we need to pay when we import things from all around the world to Spain, even if it's second hand, you need to pay taxes, and then we will need to clean it, and and maybe sell it as refurbished and whatnot. The money that we could give you as a voucher for the Race 2, it felt like offensive to us, like it was like, it's not worth it. My recommendation, the Race has great second-hand value, and it just flies when you put it on eBay, or you put it on your whatever second-hand market you have on your area, or maybe there's some subreddits for selling economic keyboards. They will get it off your hands, and they will give you much more money, and you will find someone next to nearby that you can just give to.
Remember, the Race is aluminum. I mean, I don't know
it lasts for
any other keyboard that's aluminum.
No,
there are
I must say the Kinesis advantage.
Sure, yes, of course.
The 360 is aluminum.
But my point is, it's very durable.
It's very durable,
and
our customer support is really good. So it's extra durable. Even if something happens, we will able. Maybe it's easy to repair too.
Maybe what we can do is, instead of, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't suggest this, but maybe it can be an option that if you want to resell your Race, sell it off another website, you can ask us for a part that you like. For example, you want new palm pads, and we can give it to you for a discount, and so that you can sell your Race at a higher price, for example. But
the thing always with shipping and whatnot, it's always
tricky.
Yeah, but I think it has a great resale value. just clean it really nice and upgrade the firmware. Okay, let's see if we have new questions.
Come on, guys, ask us questions.
Is it possible to change the upgrade to Raise 1 to have features for Raise 2, like change the base plate for... Okay, it's like kind of give you parts so you can put them on the Raise 1 and upgrade it. It looks the same. So if you put a OG Raise next to a like, well, maybe without the palpas, let's remove the palpas so you can... If you put them side by side, oh, it's the same keyboard. That was like, it's me, Mario. Okay. So it's very similar, but inside they're completely different. The way that the top panel attaches to the base, the underglow, the PCBs
The PCBs
inside.
are different.
Like the only thing that you could reuse maybe would be the keycaps and the switches.
Yeah.
And everything else would be
The magnets, yeah, the magnets are different because the Raise 2 has magnets here for the pump pads.
So it had their magnet here and their magnets over there, so
For the pump pads.
yeah, it work.
But the OG Raise,
Has
I mean,
silicone pump pads,
it says the silicone pump pads.
which are self-adhesive, but no disrespect to the OG Raise, but that's an improvement. I must say, for the pulp pads specifically, some Dygmas have been able to open the Raise, which is really easy to open. That's also something that we are proud of. Like these keyboards are really easy to open. You just unscrew some screws and
Unscrew the screw.
and it's pretty easy.
And just be careful because there is a
The ribbon cable.
what's it called?
Ribbon cable?
Ribbon cable
Yes. The data cable there. Okay, just
that connects the low profile PCB
to the normal PCB.
to the
Key scanner
key
PCB.
scanner PCB.
So yeah, what I mean is like some people have been able to open it and stick some magnets here,
Okay.
and they would be able to use a magnetic. They even transform the normal pad into a magnetic pad. And there's a guy that put a heating pad there.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next question.
That blue looks so good. A pastel color version would be awesome. If I make any more colors, my
what
head of
color?
operations
Pastel?
will come through that door that you don't see and kill me here live. That would make great content.
Okay. Will there be? We already answered this. Kenny, will there be a version without wrist rest?
Yes,
Actually-
we will talk about that. Like it will be a completely different. It will be a low profile keyboard without wrist rest.
Yeah.
If you remove the wrist rest from here, not only this problem with the underglow and whatnot, but
It'll be
it
too
will be
high.
too high. It will be too high for your wrist, and you'll have like
Wrist extension.
wrist extension. You don't want wrist extension.
No.
Trust me. Okay.
Somebody's asking mystery device? Question
Yes,
mark.
it's
As the
gonna
same
be-
guy, Kenny. What's the mystery device?
I can give a little hint. I'm not a hint. We've said this already. not
But maybe
this.
some people don't know.
It's a
at all.
pointing device. That's it. And it's not a finger where you point people at.
It's a pointing device.
Pointing device. That's what I can sell. But that, a Wiimote, a laser
Yeah.
for presentations now.
There you go.
Okay, let's try to find. Okay, will you offer reverse tinting caps for the OG Raise? No, but I've seen people do use Legos
Yeah.
to have reverse tilting for the Raise.
But the Raise will.
The Raise 2 will have reverse tilting.
The Raise 2 will have reverse tilting. Actually, let's do a demonstration.
I can do. Oh, you need to put this.
Wait.
This is a prototype. Please bear in mind.
But it's an okay prototype.
Yes.
There you go.
Ah. Thank you.
It's just because it's dark. There.
No, I'm not using. This.
Anyway, that's the you
Oh,
can
it's
see the
here.
reverse
Oh.
tilting. No, the reverse tilting is here,
That's 10 degrees, and this is 5 degrees.
and you have to open the other tenting leg.
Oh, the black one, yeah. You can have.
So-
yeah, you have this one
Yeah.
and this one here. This is a prototype. this is gonna look much nicer once it's
Actually,
manufactured.
I was that's one thing that
Like the idea is that it's gonna be like this when it's done properly. You know, this is the Defy, and it's gonna be like that. Really nice mylar, and with this effect, these tenting legs are super nice. I really enjoy putting this out. And the UX of this is like,
what I like is this.
yes, and that one, this one too. This is a prototype too. Like these legs from
But it's just so that like, oh, it really snaps there. Oh yeah. Oh, it's like secured.
mission accomplished. Okay, any chance of upgrade the wireless system to change between RF and Bluetooth seamlessly without having to unplug the neuron? Between RF and Bluetooth, no, because you need the neuron is the receiver or the transmitter. It cannot be the receiver and the transmitter. So it can either be the receiver when you plug it in the computer, or it can be the transmitter when you plug it in the keyboard. But I'm testing a new firmware that if you have the neuron connected wire to the computer, like with cables, so you say you're gaming, you want wire because maximum speed, and then you have a wire, but they say, oh, I'm tired of gaming, let me use my iPad.
Yeah.
If you press a button, you will trigger Bluetooth without having to touch the neuron, and you will swap to Bluetooth with the neuron where it is. So you can have wired and Bluetooth at the same time, but not RF and Bluetooth at the same time. That feature is not available yet, but it's gonna be really, really soon. Like I'm already testing that. And
RF and Bluetooth at the same time.
no, they want to swap between RF and Bluetooth without having to touch the neuron. Like the neuron is in the computer to be there.
But then how would that? Oh.
Like I don't know.
Because like you said, the neuron can't be the receiver. And
No, but some people say, okay, I have it plugged into my computer, the connection goes from the keyboard to the neuron, then from the neuron to the another device. But the thing is that the neuron can only act as a receiver or as an emitter.
Yeah.
It cannot act as both.
both. Yeah.
So that's the limitation of the hardware and the firmware and the way antennas work. But yeah, it's not like it cannot repeat a signal, and that's the reason.
I think we've already had. Well, we can do maybe one last question.
Yes, because it's been an hour already.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been so much fun.
When you're having fun. Let's do it. Okay, should we answer the last question? How sturdy?
Oh, that's a very good question.
How sturdy is the Raise 2 tenting? I have a Raise 1 tenting kit, and the design is rock solid, which I love.
And the Stroxic is asking, can you reverse tilt with the keyboard halves together as one? Oh,
interesting
I haven't
question.
tried, but I think you could. Let's try it out.
Maybe not the.
Oh, the wrist, this one? And you need
Actually, this tenting kit that this keyboard has is the latest prototype, because this is the.
Oh, you're right. This is
the latest one that Jose is working on.
Yep.
So this is actually sturdy.
And you can put it together, right?
Wait, I'm on 10.
I'm on 5.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So should we make a decision? I'll be on 5. Oh, sorry, that's my bad. Did you put the?
I did.
You did. Okay, let's do this. Oh,
Snap. Yes. Yes, you can.
Oh.
Well, Illuminati confirmed. And how sturdy? It's super sturdy. Oh, I touched something.
no,
This is my layer. It has connected to my computer.
oh shit, did I? Oh, sorry, excuse my language.
Yes. This is a prototype, but we've tested it with the Defy, and it's the same tenting. I mean, the Raise tenting, which I have here. This is a chunky piece of metal, you know.
Yeah,
This is like a tack,
yeah, that's an awesome thing.
but this is overkill, I would say. This is like,
I mean, it.
but it has
It does the job.
No,
Wait, no, that's not overkill.
that's not overkill.
No, I mean there are other keyboards out there that the tenting kit is.
No, what I mean overkill is like it's more sturdy than you need.
Ah, okay.
That's overkill.
But I guess that's better than.
Yeah, of course. Like what I mean
Flimsy.
overkill is like the design is super extra sturdy. Like I think you could sit on it. You
Because
know?
it's all metal.
It's all metal, and but the problem with this design that was one of the complaints from the community,
It
I would say suggestions from the community, is that
it raises.
It raises the keyboard. So when you use it flat, you can use the keyboard flat, but you have an extra centimeter there that you wouldn't want. So if you are able to hide it on the base or fold it in the base, then that's much better.
Yeah.
So
Thus
we traded out a little bit of sturdiness, but
it's flushed to the
it's
table.
super sturdy. It's as sturdy as you would want.
Yeah.
And lighter. So the keyboard with this tenting kit I think is 800 grams, something like that, additional weight for both sides. And this keyboard, the tenting kit barely adds weight to the keyboard, I think some grams, because the tenting legs are aluminum, and then the rest is plastic, but sturdy. It's not gonna break. And
yeah,
I think it's a great engineering solution. We have a video on our YouTube about how we designed the tenting kit for the Defy, and we'll have one about the Raise too.
Yeah, we have a.
But the philosophy behind it and the mechanical.
Yeah, it has to be aesthetically pleasing. It has to be durable, and it has to have its functionality. It has to be functional.
And compared to the Raise, it has more angles. The Raise has up to 40. This is gonna have up to 60.
Yes.
And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, 60, more angles in between, more fine tuning, and reverse tilting. And even we can't guarantee that for the Raise, reverse tilting plus tenting, because that's a really complicated thing.
Yeah.
Reverse tilting plus tenting, but we're looking to make that. That's our goal. That means that you can have tented and reverse tilting, which maybe you're sitting really high. Then
for whatever reason, why you need to type like that.
Aluminium. I didn't say aluminum. I don't know. Are you? I never know what's British and what's American.
It's aluminium.
Aluminium is American.
Aluminum.
And aluminum is
aluminum.
British.
It's aluminum. No, who says aluminium? I think Americans say aluminium.
Maybe. I think I studied
aluminum.
American English,
or maybe it's I don't know. Aluminum.
And there's one last question I think is interesting. Is like, why our keyboards are not don't have a keywell? Why are not going with the keywell route? Like the Glow 80,
diminishing returns.
The diminishing.
Go
answer.
No, I actually spoke to Chris about this the other night about the keywell, and he said that the we need to call him. But basically, keywells, the benefits of a keywell are not big enough to actually make any difference, and or
I mean, it does. Yeah, I think it's like.
I mean,
there's some caveats to it. There's some trade-offs.
I mean, actually, with the keywell, another thing you have to remember is they have to make the keyboard thicker with the taller to have that keywell. So from there, you already kind of
it changes the way that you have to sit.
Yeah.
So if you are in a standing desk and you have a keywell and you can have the proper position for a keywell, then there's benefits to a keywell. There's less travel distance for your fingers. That's true. We made a video about the ergonomics video.
The ergonomics,
and there's less travel distance and everything's closer. But if your hands are too big, it can be a bit.
If your hands are too big, you can't. Like Stacy's hands.
Yes.
Are very big, and it just can't fit. Can't fit in the keywell.
Yeah. And then you need to sit higher, and also you cannot have hot swappable switches. Well, there are some people out there doing like flexible PCBs where you can have hot swappable switches, but not any production keyboard.
Yeah.
So you can't have mechanical switches. That's a big trade-off for us.
Yeah.
The keyboard is taller.
Yeah. Theoretically, it's more ergonomic, but when you apply it to the keyboard and then you take into consideration the other components of a keyboard, it makes it not that comfortable to use. But if you're the type of person who really need a keyboard that has a keywell for whatever reason, because I know people who have limited finger dexterity or movement, a keywell is better for them, then yeah, definitely that's the better option. But
Okay, we have couple more things about the tenting kits. Asundris is asking, make more OG tenting kits, please. And fair point, we ran out of tenting kits. We ran out of tenting. We ran out of tenting kits 4 times. We made 4 batches of tenting kits, and we always make less.
The first time we made actually the OG tenting kit, we just thought 50 people would buy it. Because when we did a survey in the community, only 50 people said they want a tenting kit. So we decided, okay, let's just make 100, just in case. Sold out.
Immediately.
Yeah. And then we decided, like, on the first day, it was sold out.
Yeah.
And then we made another batch of 500.
Sold out before we shipped them.
Yeah, it was, and we were like, okay, you can pre-order now. And then everybody pre-ordered. And
And then we made thousands, and then upon thousands, and still selling. So, to the point, if you go to our webpage and you go to the Tenting Kit webpage, there's a subscribe button. If enough people subscribe there, we won't send you emails or whatever. We will only send you an email if we even make it.
If we reach it, it's like a group buy.
It's like a group buy without having to pay. So if enough people are interested, then we'll make it.
Yeah.
Because we need to meet the minimum order quantities for. Okay.
I think that's it. I think
we're gonna cut.
We're done.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
Friday
guys.
night.
What are you doing watching YouTube?
I mean, maybe for them it's Friday morning or something.
Okay. Maybe they're still in their office listening to us. That's what do you do that sometimes? You listen to a podcast while working? Sometimes, maybe not.
I do. So, when I'm doing like like tasks that are more mechanical or like repetitive tasks, like maybe you're copying something and pasting here and whatnot, then yes.
Okay.
If I have to write a script or something like that.
No.
Or answer comments on you.
Anyway, guys,
thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We hope we answered your questions.
And that you enjoyed and that it was fun. And,
and that's it.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
You too.
You too.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.